jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing a bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chime in jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go gliding in the one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. Jingle around the clock. Mix and a mingle in the jingling beat. That's the Jingle Bell Rock. What a bright time, it's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go gliding in the one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. Jingle around the clock. Mix and a mingle in the jingling beat. That's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell, that's the Jingle Bell Rock.
Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is a 606 Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. Straight away you'll see this is fought on my favourite Germanic forest map with the big open plains. If you want to fight your battles out in the open there, let's say this is a flat map, but as I say, it's probably my favourite map. As I say, you can fight in the big open plains, or you can hide your troops in the woods for those nasty ambushes that you like to spring out on the enemy troops. So as I say, it's a really good map here, and of course it's a winter bonus here for any barbarian troops. Okay, our first teammate is RTW player AEIMNESTUS. Now AEIMNESTUS has got 4 archers, just 10 infantry and 5 cavalry. Okay, now it's an unusual army build here. We have a look at the upgrades here. You'll see that his infantry have just got gold shield, gold on attack. Now bearing in mind he's only got 10 infantry. That's not a lot of upgrades there, is it, for for just 10 infantry. Let's have a look at his cavalry. Oh my gosh, fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry. 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack, 9 upgrades, fully upgraded. That makes this cavalry super cavalry. We know it does really well with just gold shield, gold attack, but fully upgrade Praetorian cavalry, and that's a really makes some special cavalry there. But he's only got 10 infantry. Will 5 fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry make up for 10 infantry? I guess we'll just have to see as the battle unfolds. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member MANTU. Now MANTU has got 11 chosen axemen, 2 screeching women, and 5 cavalry. Okay, no berserkers and no night raiders in this unusual Germanic army build. Okay, I remember when I first started to see MANTU on RTW, he used to bring Germania, and I think this is one of the armies that he used to bring quite a lot. If you notice here, can you see his axemen are fully upgraded? 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, and if you look closely, you'll see they're carrying those effective against armor axes, and they do exactly what it says on the tin. Effective against armor, really good at cutting wide swathes through Roman troops. Here's a unit you don't see very often: screeching women. Okay, now when they screech, they give morale to their to the rest of their fighting troops there. And of course, as we know, barbarian troops morale is not very good. So to bring a unit that actually enhances morale, gives them extra morale, then I think that's a really good tactical move there. Okay, and he's got his cavalry there. I think it's his Gothic cavalry there. And if you notice there, he's got 8 upgrades on his Gothic cavalry, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Check the specifications out on this Gothic cavalry. Really good cavalry, underestimated there. But as I say, an unusual army build, no berserkers and no night raiders for fear factor there. So, as I say, it'd be interesting to see how well he does. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member MADKING. Now, MADKING has just got 14 pikes and 6 cavalry. Okay, if you look at the upgrades on his pikes, he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his pikemen. And as I say, as we looked at before, these great big long pikes here, the enemy has to fight all the way down those pikes to kill the man on the other end. So that's always quite a hard task, especially for Roman troops. So we have a quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. I'm thinking he's only got gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry, as he spent most of his money on his infantry. But do you notice a glaring problem there? Maybe no archers. Okay, we know those 121 man units are extremely susceptible to missile damage, and he has bought no archers to give them covering fire. Now, will that be a mistake? I guess we'll just have to see as the battle unfolds. Okay, and our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who's got his very old Greek cities army of 14 Spartans and 5 archers. Mixed archers here. You'll see I've got some Cretan archers. I've got 3 Cretan archers, long range, do a lot of damage, good specifications. So I've got 3 of those, and I've got 2 of the cheap short range archers. But as we've seen in other battle videos, those archers can be really good as well. So as you can see, we've got an extremely diverse team here. Okay, very diverse. We've got AEIMNESTUS with Rome. We've got MANTU with Germania. We've got MADKING with Macedon, and myself with Greek cities. A very diverse army against a really good enemy team. And here is the other team. We have RTW player PREVAIL, who has bought the Julii faction. Now, PREVAIL has got 4 archers, 12 infantry, and 4 cavalry. Quick look at the upgrades on his infantry, and you'll see that he's got 7 upgrades, and experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. And like we've talked about before, that experience stripe can really make a difference with your army, especially towards the end of the battle, where you've got battle depleted units, low morale, and that extra experience stripe on your unit will keep it fighting longer. So it's well worth having a smaller army, I think, but with an experience stripe on. My guess is his cavalry, will just be gold shield, gold attack, as he spent most of his money on his infantry there. So I think that's quite a good balanced Roman army there. It'll be interesting to see how well it does during the course of the battle. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member BARCLAYMAN, who I think has bought a custom Roman army here. He's got 8 archers, 10 infantry, and just 2 cavalry. 8 archers, 10 infantry, and just 2 cavalry. Check out the upgrades on his infantry. This may well open your eyes a little bit wider here. You'll notice there that he's actually got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his infantry. Now we know urban cohorts fight well with just gold shield, gold attack on. You put 2 experience stripes on there, and that can kind of make them super infantry. Okay, so he's only got 10 infantry, but they've got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. And of course he's got 8 archers. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. I'm guessing just gold shield, gold attack, as he spent most of his money on his infantry. So make no mistake, that is a custom army for this battle. 8 archers, 10 infantry, and 2 cavalry. And those 10 infantry have got 8 upgrades on each. 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So make no mistake, that is a very formidable army there. But only 10 infantry, is that enough? Okay, their next teammate is RTW player Ares. Now, Ares has got 12 infantry, 3 archers, and 5 cavalry. Quick look at the upgrades on his infantry. You'll see that he's got mixed upgrades. Some of his infantry have got 7 upgrades on, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack, and other infantry units have just got gold shield, gold attack on. Okay, so let's say you've got mixed upgrades on his infantry there. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry, and he's just got gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry because he spent most of his money on his infantry there. So I think that's a pretty good balanced Roman army there that Ares has got. Be interested to see how well it does during the course of the battle. Okay, now let's try and hunt down their 4th teammate who's hiding in the woods somewhere here. Ah, there he is. And that is Brotherhood member JGP. Now JGP has got 6 cavalry, 4 archers, and just 10 infantry, but his 10 infantry have got mixed upgrades on. Some have got 7 upgrades, experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. Others have just got gold shield, gold attack. Okay, so he's got mixed upgrades. Right, so now if we look at the 2 teams here, you'll see that they've got one Rome there hiding in the woods. You've got another Rome there. You've got 4 Roman armies here with BARCLAYMAN and PREVAIL there. 4 Roman armies against 1 Rome. Germania, Macedon, and Greek cities. Do you feel that either team has got a faction advantage here? Bearing in mind that all those Roman troops have got a lot of pilots to throw, do you think there's a faction advantage there? Or do you think that the teams are pretty even? Be interested to see what you think. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I just thought I'd show you our team setup here. You can see the Macedonian cavalry strung out there. I've got my Greek cities and our SPQR allies moved over here. But what I want to really show you here is that Mantu's Germanic army are hiding in the woods. Okay, not only is he going to get the winter bonus for his barbarian troops, but if he can encourage the enemy to attack him in the woods, he will also get the woods bonus. So that's what Mantu would like. He would like his Germanic army to be attacked by the enemy troops, so he gets not just the winter bonus, but the woods bonus as well. Okay, that's why he's got his troops hiding in the woods there, just to try and encourage the enemy to attack. So it'd be interesting to see if the enemy does fall for that and attack him in the woods and gives him both of those benefits from the winter there. At this stage of the battle, I thought we'd have a look at my very, very old-fashioned, old-school block formation for my Greek cities here. This is a formation I was using maybe 13, 14, 15 years ago. Very old-school, very old-fashioned. As I say, it's kind of like a block formation. You don't see this formation used that much. In fact, I can't think of seeing it used for some time now. This is a modern way to use spears and pike formations there, with good pilot shield units in front of your main battle formation there. That's a modern way of using pikes and spears, but just look at the difference between the modern way and the old-fashioned, old-school way. Be interesting to see how my Greek cities do during the course of the battle with this old formation. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I just thought I'd show you that BARCLAYMAN here is moving one of his cavalry units slowly and steadily into the woods. Now, can you think, why would BARCLAYMAN be sending one cavalry unit into the woods here? Okay, now just to remind you that MANTU has got his Germanic army hiding in the woods. Now, what I think BARCLAYMAN's doing here, BARCLAYMAN doesn't know that MANTU hasn't got any berserkers. So what I think BARCLAYMAN's doing here is taking his cavalry unit into the woods, searching for MANTU's berserkers so that he can activate them. Remember, if an enemy unit gets close to berserkers, it automatically activates the berserkers, and of course when a berserker unit is activated, the Germanic general loses all control of that unit, and that berserker unit just chases the nearest enemy unit. So that's why BARCLAYMAN here is taking his cavalry unit into the woods here. He's hoping to locate MANTU's berserkers so he can activate them with this cavalry unit. BARCLAYMAN hasn't got that name Sneaky Bark for no reason here. But of course what BARCLAYMAN doesn't know is that MANTU's army build does not include berserkers. So here you can see BARCLAYMAN really looking for that Germanic infantry, really looking for those berserkers that he wants to activate with his cavalry. And of course, as I say, not realising that MANTU has got no berserkers in his army for him to activate. So if BARCLAYMAN's not careful, he could lose that cavalry unit there. Okay, so here's a general overview of our army here as it stands at the moment. As you can see here, MADKING has moved the bulk of his Macedonian pikemen at the rear of our army build here to our armies here to avoid archer damage. Remember, and when we looked at his army earlier, he's got no archers to cover his 120 man units. You can see AEIMNESTUS here has got his archers at the front of our battle formation here to try and neutralize some of those archers. And if you notice here, I'm moving my archers forward here as well. We're going to have to bring all our archers to bear here as much as we can to try and neutralize the archers there, to stop them shooting our Macedonian ally too badly. As I say, when you bring Macedon, you know that those 121 man units are extremely susceptible to archer fire, so it's always a good idea to bring some archers to kind of give your infantry some archer cover, if you see what I mean. So you can see I've moved my archers forward, AEIMNESTUS has got his forward, and of course MANTU's got his Germanic archers there as well, just trying to kill as many of the enemy archers as we can before they target our Macedonian ally. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle here, you'll see a lot of enemy cavalry coming round our left flank here. Okay, you can see a lot of enemy cavalry there, the Scipii and Brutii there coming round. As you can see here, MADKING pulling his Macedonian cavalry back there, but it certainly looks here like the cavalry are very threatening. They may well even go for our archers here. That would be a good target for JGP's Brutii cavalry there, try and take out some of my archers. But he may well not decide to do that, as MADKING's got his companion cavalry there to try and block that attack, plus my archers will be already targeting that cavalry. But make no mistake, that was going through JGP's mind there, I think, to smash into my archers. So as you can see, he decided to pull back there. But as I say, I think here the left flank could well be a good target for the enemy here to pull their cavalry round. Remember, because I've bought Greek cities, I've put my team at a cavalry disadvantage. Okay, remember that whenever you bring Greek cities, because they've got no decent cavalry, you will be putting your team at a cavalry disadvantage, so you need to be able to do something about that. And you might notice that when I bring Greek cities, knowing that I've put my team in a cavalry disadvantage, I always try and be aggressive and attacking with my Spartans, try and make the most of their attacking specifications. But as I say, here on the left flank, you can see the enemy cavalry here. There's both Scipii and Brutii cavalry there, looking to me like they're ready to smash in on our left flank. So maybe the enemy are looking to do a left flanking action here, and their infantry may well move in as time goes by. I like this block defense here by MADKING. He's got a block Macedonian army there, if you like, a smaller army. Look at the length of those pikes. I don't think the enemy cavalry will be coming in through them anyway if they try to attack on our left flank. Nice move there by MADKING. Okay, at this stage of the battle, you'll see that MADKING has moved his Macedonians more over to the left flank here, if you notice that. And can you see a lot of enemy cavalry are actually in behind us now. And if you notice here, I've got my Greek cities facing a couple of the Roman armies there. But as I say, you can see MADKING there is now moved on to our left flank and will be defending our left flank now against the enemy troops that are there. Okay, but here you might notice that there's a bit of a gap between AEIMNESTUS and myself here. If I remember right, the tactics for this battle was, you know that MANTU's Germanic army are hiding in the woods. I believe he's going to attack the enemy Julii army here on the right flank, on our right flank. You've got AEIMNESTUS' cavalry going to join in that attack to smash into the right flank here of the enemy army. Okay, so both Germanic infantry and cavalry plus AEIMNESTUS' cavalry is going to charge in from that side. Okay, and I think both myself and AEIMNESTUS are going to attack the enemy red Julii army there. Okay, so PERT's army here on our right flank is going to be our target. Okay, and you'll see that we're kind of getting our troops there ready to do that attack. But as I say, here you can see that MADKING's looking to hold our left flank there, allowing us, like, kind of buying us time and allowing us to be able to get over to attack the enemy on that right while he defends our left. He's got his cavalry there as well to help his pikes out. But as you can see here, you can see AEIMNESTUS now charging his SPQR army in. I'm moving my Spartans forward as well, so there's no pretense, there's no hiding what we're going to do now. We are going to attack the enemy Julii infantry in front of us. You can see AEIMNESTUS and my infantry both charging in there. You've got AEIMNESTUS' cavalry locked and loaded, and you've got all that Germanic infantry ready to charge in as well. So make no mistake here, we are going to try and smash the enemy Julii army in front of us here, and then try and roll the enemy up from right to left. Okay, meanwhile here, as I say, you can see MADKING moving his pike army forward here to try and hold our left flank and attract enemy attention there, so that they might not be able to send reinforcements over to the right flank once we attack. But as I can say, as you can see here, this is what we're the planned attack is here, the teamed planned attack. AEIMNESTUS infantry, my infantry going hard at the front of the enemy Julii infantry here, and then just at the right time, hopefully, AEIMNESTUS' cavalry and MANTU's Germanic army is going to smash into the flank of that Julii army as well. Now remember that PERT's Julii army had good upgrades on, but it is being attacked heavily here. But as I say, my Spartans and AEIMNESTUS' SPQR infantry. Now look at all the Germanic infantry coming out of the woods. You've got the Germanic cavalry locked and loaded. AEIMNESTUS' cavalry is locked and loaded, just ready for that trigger to be pulled, and they will charge in. Okay, here you can see that Germanic infantry is just starting to make contact with the enemy Julii infantry, and bang, as those axemen go in there. Remember, MANTU's got just axemen there, effective against armor axemen. That's his infantry, no berserkers, no knight raiders there. Okay, and you can see we're really charging. Right, here comes the Germanic cavalry. Get ready for this, and bang, as they smash in there. You've got AEIMNESTUS' cavalry going in there, and bang, as they smash in there. And MADKING's put his cavalry in there as well, and bang, as they smash in there. So that's all our cavalry, AEIMNESTUS' infantry, and my Greek cities all smashing into PERT's Julii army here on our right flank. Okay, so we have really hammered PERT here with all our cavalry and infantry there charging straight in front. Let's just pause the game for a second here. So we've got all of Mad King's cavalry, we've got all of AEIMNESTUS' cavalry and infantry, and we've got all the Germanic infantry and cavalry all smashing in here to Protevnio's Julii infantry there. My Greek cities charging as well. So we are really hammering the Julii army here on our right flank. You can see BARCLAYMAN here has lined his infantry up there. Remember, BARCLAYMAN's got 8 upgrades on his infantry, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack, and we are looking to attack him next. That could be our next target, maybe. There, but as you can see, Mad King up here with his Macedonians is doing quite well against the enemy troops, but look at all that enemy cavalry. Now, will they charge that cavalry in there to try and have a bit of an impact on those Macedonians, knowing their morale's not very good? You've got enemy infantry closing in on Mad King as well. So with all the pressure, and don't forget those enemy archers, there will be targeting Macedon as well. Remember the big 120-man units, as we talked about on loads of battle videos before, very susceptible to archer damage there, so they're going to be hammered by archers, enemy infantry, pilers, and enemy cavalry. So whether Mad King will be able to hold up there or whether they'll break his army, we'll just have to see. But looking at the numbers and the odds there, and knowing morale of the Macedonians is not very good, I'm not sure if he'll be able to hold up there. But meanwhile, he's given us time here for us to attack. You've got Ares is Scipii infantry here, looking like he's going to attack us in the flank. And as I say, you can see BARCLAYMAN's well upgraded infantry there. Remember, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on BARCLAYMAN's infantry there. So that's going to take a lot of beating there. But as I say, I think most of the enemy Julii troops have been routed now. So that massive attack we put on that right flank there really did seem to work quite well. And as we're pushing forward there, you can see AEIMNESTUS pushing his army forward. I'm going to push my Greek cities forward as well. Make no mistake, we're going to be suffering a lot of pilot damage there from BARCLAYMAN's infantry there. But as I say, you can see AEIMNESTUS and myself both smashing into the forward units of BARCLAYMAN's infantry. Oh my gosh, bang, as that enemy Brutii cavalry smashes into our Macedonian ally there. As I say, you can see some of our Macedonian allies' pikes are already starting to rout there. Under the pressure of both infantry and cavalry. And as I say, don't forget the poor old Mad King's 121-man units are being absolutely hammered by archer fire as well. So as I say, Mad King's doing well there. Here comes Ares' cavalry over on that flank as well. So you've got Ares infantry attacking our flank there. You can see Ares infantry there attacking our Germanic ally there. And as I say, you can see Ares has kind of used his infantry all over the battlefield there in trying to help BARCLAYMAN. But as you can see here, you can see Mad King's got his cavalry locked and loaded there, ready to charge in. You've got AEIMNESTUS charging his SPQR troops in, and of course MANTU's got his Germanic troops there engaged and his cavalry locked and loaded as well. So here you can see that Ares' cavalry had charged in there, but you can see the Germanic cavalry and AEIMNESTUS' cavalry counter-attacking Ares' cavalry there. So that was a nice counter-attack there. Okay, bad news for us. Okay, after a terrific fight, all of Mad King's infantry has now been taken out. All of Mad King's infantry on our left flank has now been taken out, and all those enemy troops there, all that Brutii infantry and cavalry, all those Scipii infantry are now freed up, okay, are now freed up to smash into the flank of our fighting troops. Okay, so Mad King did well there to hold up those enemies for as long as he did, but now he's been completely taken out, all his infantry. He's still got his cavalry, and now the archers here straight away have changed their trajectory now. Of course, they no longer need to shoot at the Macedonians, they will now be targeting us. Okay, so Mad King did well there, but now all his Macedonian pikemen have been taken out. Has that turned the battle around, or are we still doing quite well here? As I say here, we've got to come up against BARCLAYMAN's infantry with their 8 upgrades on them here. You can see the screeching women there fighting with their axes against those enemy Scipii troops. You can see the Macedonian cavalry here charging in there. That's going to hit the enemy Scipii troops there. It looks like between us there we've routed most of Ares' infantry here that was attacking our flank. So we've done well there. Right, let's just pause the game for a second here. So here you can see, as I say, BARCLAYMAN's infantry there lined up. He's got his archers right behind his infantry there. And there you've got all the enemy infantry and cavalry that have just beaten Mad King's Macedonian pikemen there to come into the fray. Okay, so make no mistake, and remember the enemy army have got good upgrades on as well. Okay, as I say, BARCLAYMAN with his 8 upgrades there, that's a heck of a lot. You can see he's thrown in an archer unit here that's used all its arrows. Charging there, you can see the arrows going into my Spartans as I'm moving forward here towards the enemy Scipii troops. What I'm thinking is here, I don't really want to let them all form up together. I want to try and keep them on the move. So if you can notice here, I'm moving my Greek cities forward here, trying to threaten them, trying to make them move. Don't really want them to form up together to make a strong defensive position. Just try and keep them on the move if we can. Okay, so here are all the victorious troops here that have just beaten Mad King's Macedonian pikemen here. They've just come into the fray. And as you can see here, we're moving forward slightly. Now what I'm going to do with my Greek cities here, I've decided I'm going to go for the enemy Brutii here. Okay, and then hopefully my teammates there can target the enemy Scipii. So what I'm going to do, as I say, my Greek cities, I'm going to go for the nearest enemy troops, which are these Brutii here. And hopefully my my allies then can target the enemy Scipii troops waiting there to receive their attack. Nice move there by Mad King, moving his cavalry around behind the enemy troops there. As I say, you can see me move my Spartans towards the enemy Brutii infantry there. And as I say, the Scipii, the enemy Scipii and Brutii armies have kind of split up a little bit, which is good for us maybe. Here you can see these archers being alt-attacked, and bang! As we smash our cavalry and infantry into those archers there. It wouldn't surprise me if MANTU gets some really good kills here. I notice he's killed a lot of enemy archers there, so I'm guessing he's going to get a lot of kills. You can see Mad King with his cavalry out there ready to charge in to the flank of the enemy Scipii troops. And you can see our allies' infantry moving forward. Okay, so you can see my Spartans here. I'm moving forward towards the Brutii troops, and now you can see my Spartans have been very battle depleted. You can see if you look closely, a lot of my units have been very, very battle damaged here. But what I'm still going to do, I'm still going to try and make up for putting my team at a cavalry disadvantage, and I'm going to attack. I'm always trying to make the best of the attacking specifications of the Spartans there, and bang! As my battle depleted Spartans charging in. Now at the very least, if I can hold and pin a lot of the enemy troops here, allowing my allies to maybe get behind them or charge into the flank of them there, that's the tactical thinking behind this. Okay, so we've got a lot of our cavalry there. You've got a MANTU's Germanic cavalry there, and you've got AEIMNESTUS' cavalry there as well. Okay, so you got those, plus you've got Mad King's cavalry. So bearing in mind that we were at a cavalry disadvantage, if you look at the overall picture of the battle now, you will see that we are cavalry dominant. Okay, we are now cavalry dominant on the battlefield now. And as you can see here, AEIMNESTUS moving his infantry in there. As I say, I've got my Spartans there holding and pinning as many enemy troops as I can. And I've got my Germanic ally bringing his effective against armour axemen in there behind my Greek cities. Okay, a couple of my Spartan units have just been routed. Actually, I think 3 of them have now. But I'm still pressing forward, still trying to hold and pin this enemy infantry. I got enemy cavalry in behind me as well. And there goes those screeching women. They will be giving morale a bonus to us. Here you can see AEIMNESTUS' cavalry charging in there, and bang! And he smashes in there. You already got the Germanic cavalry charging in there to the enemy Scipii troops there, really pushing in there. You can see all my allies' troops there really pushing in there. And as I say, my Spartans are pushing forward here, helped by some of the units of Germania there, those effective against armour chosen axemen. You can see BARCLAYMAN's using his couple of cavalry units that he's got very well here, taking out the screeching women, stopping them from giving morale to the Germanic troops there. Nice tactical cavalry hit there by BARCLAYMAN there, taking out those screeching women. As I say, stopping the morale bonus that they were giving to the Germanic troops. Okay, you can see enemy Brutii troops pulling in behind my fighting Spartans now. And you can see the our allies' Macedonian cavalry charging in there, and bang! As they smash in there. Nice hit there by Mad King's Macedonian cavalry there. He might have lost his pikemen, but he's certainly making up for that with his cavalry there, charging in there. You can see And you can see the enemy, my allies' troops now moving over towards my Spartans. As you can see, my Spartans are now surrounded by enemy Scipii and Brutii troops there. But you can see my allies gradually moving over there to take a bit of pressure off my Spartans. Okay, as I say, my Spartans very battle depleted, I think. There, and you can see AEIMNESTUS is infantry coming over to join the fray there against the enemy Brutii troops. We've got our Germanic allies cavalry there. Once again, AEIMNESTUS' cavalry and MADKING's cavalry charging in there, and bang, as they smash into the rear of those engaged enemy Brutii troops. And it looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle there. I think there's only a couple of enemy units left now. As I say, it looks like we've managed to go on to win the battle. Now, this was a very spread out battle here, and as I say, it's we just about managed to go on to win it here. But here you can see this is where MADKING made his last stand with his pikemen. Just look at the catches. Now look at all that Brutii cavalry. Now JGP smashes Brutii cavalry in there, hoping that the shock of the cavalry hitting those Macedonians with their poor morale would have started a mass rout. But look how many cavalry he lost there. You can see that Brutii cavalry really piled up there. There's a big pile of Macedonian dead there as well. So you can see how well MADKING did here, holding and killing a lot of enemy troops before his pikemen were overwhelmed and taken out by enemy numbers there. And as you can see, if we look across the battlefield, you can see a lot of Germanic cavalry there, a lot of mixed dead cavalry and infantry in that particular part of the battlefield there. But as I say, a very spread out battlefield here, and over here was another concentrated area where the fighting was really intense here on this particular part of the battlefield. Just you can tell how intense it is just by the dead. I mean, look at all that dead cavalry. And do you notice in the snow my red cloaked Spartans really show out? The dead bodies of my Spartans are laid in the snow. Those red cloaks really do show out there, don't they, when you look down onto all those dead. And as I say, if you look all over the battlefield, there seems to be dead nearly all over the place here. As I say, a very, very spread out battlefield here. And as I say, here though, at where the Macedonians made their last stand, those pikemen made their last stand, I thought they did really well, but just can't get over the piles of Brutii cavalry dead there, where JGP really smashed them in there, hoping to cause a mass rout of Macedonians because he knows their morale's not very good, and the impact and shock of that cavalry, he was hoping to mass rout them there. So well done to MADKING. You can see MADKING's used his cavalry extremely well all around the battlefield. If you look at my Spartans here, got 17 men, these are 81 man units, 15 men in that one there. So you can see that the casualties that I've suffered here, got some battle depleted units there, 14 men in that, 4 men in that unit, 6 men in that unit. So you can see that even with 2 hit points and the excellent specifications there, it was a real battle of attrition there for my troops to be so battle depleted there. I see BARCLAYMAN just charged his last cavalry unit in there, but my guess is, yeah, it's going to rout pretty quick there. So as I say, it looks like our our team has managed to go on to win the battle there. We put it on triple speed there because I think that most of the enemy troops have now been killed there. And I think the last of the enemy has just admitted defeat. Okay, the first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game, and I am really, really surprised it's an average victory. I thought that would have been a close victory there, so I say we must have just edged into the average victory there, but I thought that would be close. Highest kills in the game goes to Brotherhood member MANTU, 1,872, with that unusual Germanic army build. No berserkers, no knight raiders to bring fear factor, just axemen, cavalry, and a couple of archer units. So well done to MANTU, getting the highest kills in the game. Also a mention to JGP, 1,845 kills there, well done to him. Of course, he was killing a lot of Macedonian big units there, So that's given him those big kills. So well done to him. So well done to PERT Neil there with his Julii troops, 850. I think that was good kills, bearing in mind we smashed his army on that right flank with that massive attack we did on him. So good kills for him there. Well done to BARCLAYMAN, 1,542, but with the upgrades he had on his infantry. Remember, 8 upgrades. I'm not surprised he got those kills. Well done to Ares, got some good kills as well there. As I say, well done to JGP, second highest kills in the game. But looking at those kills there, can you believe it's an average victory? I can't believe that. Looking at the great kills that the other team got there, I thought it would have been close, wouldn't you guys? That seems, it was just edged into average there. I'm pleased with that old Spartan army of mine, 1,203, not too bad. Not brilliant, but not too bad. Well done to MADKING there, 1,325. He did extremely well on that left flank with his pikemen holding for as long as they did. Caused a lot of enemy casualties there, and the way he uses cavalry around the battlefield, good kills there. As I say, well done to MANTU with his unusual Germanic army build there, highest kills in the game. So really well done to MANTU. As I say, no berserkers, no night raiders there. And well done to AEIMNESTUS as well. Very aggressive, very attacking on that right flank. Did extremely well there. So once again, really well played to everybody in the game there. And I thought that our team was extremely diverse. You know, with Greek cities there. We got Greek cities, Macedon, Germania and Rome. Very diverse team. I thought we were up against 4 really good Rome players there. So it's added a bit more to the battle. Please leave a comment if you like. Give us a thumbs up if you like. And I'll see you soon.